Okay, you got me now? Okay, this is actually going to be on public access TV when they show the Board of Selectmen meeting, so hopefully more people will see it. Thanks everybody for coming. Once a year I get to do something that's really fun, and that's to present the Business of the Year and the Business Person of the Year awards. So tonight we're honoring two families really who have given their lives to the town. So Petzl celebrated their 70th anniversary this past year, and a lot of times people will say to me, why do you spend so much time with a home-based business? You've given them all this time, what's going to come of it? 70 years ago, this business was a home-based business. It started out in the basement of Bill and Agnes Petzl's house on Route 66, and as the business grew, they made their own boats, they began selling other products, they began selling different lines, and they bought the property on Indian Hill Avenue that used to be the Gildersleeve Shipyard. So not only were they a home-based business that became a brick and mortar business, but they saved part of the history of Portland and kept it in the use that it always was. So by 1966, they had built buildings on the property and moved there. And today they represent some of the best brands in the industry, Regal and Edgewater, just to name a few. The facility can accommodate up to 70 feet, and they offer fully stocked marine store, boat storage facilities, engine repair, repowering, custom canvas, electrical installation. They have the largest heated indoor showrooms in New England, which is probably something people didn't know. And there's 2 additional sales offices, one in Norwalk and one in Wakefield, Rhode Island. So from that little home-based business came this business that not only is employing people in Portland, making sure they pay their mortgages and their car loans and buy their groceries, but preserving part of our history. Always a family-run business, Bill and Agnes, Bill's sister Elaine and her husband Dick Cody, their son Bill Jr., and now the 3rd and 4th generations. Bob and Ken and their children are running the business. So we have the 4th generation of a family business, but one thing has remained the same. It's their dedication to customer service and to the community. In 2015, they were the recipients of the Edgewater Award for Outstanding Customer Service. They've been leaders in the Marine Trades Association, and here in Portland, they've been active in just about everything. From the Lions Club to the Portland Fire Department, where Bob served as chief for 8 years, numerous boards and commissions. Dick was a member of our board and selectmen and planning and zoning. Any others that I missed? Water and sewer. And veterans. And this is what I mean. These are the types of businesses that keep our community going. We're lucky to have them here leading our business community, and I am very proud today to present them with the 2015 Business of the Year Award.
Well, thank you very much. I appreciate it. We love the town. I think, we were mentored well by our grandparents, the first generation, who said not only do you live in the community, you have to take part in the community. And that's what we try and do. And that, from my grandfather to his kids to myself and hopefully my kids, we continue to do the same.
Thank you. And as always, we do our annual Community Partners Award. So they get the sticker, which is for the window. And we started this is our 9th year doing these. The first year, all the businesses said to me, we give to everything. Everybody asks us for something, we give to something. What do we do? So we came up with the idea in economic development to do a window sticker. And if somebody came and you didn't feel that it was the recession, you could handle that. You could say, look, we've already given to the community this year, we'll consider it next year. It was a nice way to say no. But what it's turned into is the businesses have taken this on. It's almost like a challenge. How much more can we do now? Can we take a collection for the food bank? Can we take a collection for winter coats? Can we help out in some way? Can we volunteer? So I just want to thank you for everything that you do in addition to.
Thank you very much.
Come on in the middle. And then in addition to this award, there is a citation that will be coming from Christy Carpino and Art Linares, and unfortunately, they couldn't be here tonight. Well, today was the committee dealing with Chatham Health, and so they both felt it was necessary for them to stay there, and I kind of had to agree.
Yeah, I told Christy, I saw her this afternoon it was, and she said she was sorry she couldn't come, but that she certainly will be here at a future date, and she said congratulations to everybody here. Probably even does radio shows.
Not only does he do radio shows, but
I love that show.
a couple of years ago, I had somebody contact me that worked for Huffington Post that I had met at an economic development forum. And she says, I need a marina in your town, and I'm going to be there. And it was like 24 hours notice. And I called Bob, and I says, can you, oh, yeah, no, sure, bring her over. Well, he not only took her everywhere, you showed her the dinosaur footprints, pictures, talked to her, the whole deal, and it ended up being an article in the New England Boating Magazine that was, a biennial edition, so it was out for 2 years. But it's those kind of things in these towns that puts Portland on the map. So the story was about basically coming up and down the Connecticut River and the different places and marinas that you could go and stay, and what a great place New England was because of these little marinas. And it's because of these types of businesses that people come to Portland and think of this as kind of their special place. Our second award is the Businessman of the Year award. So everybody knows Joe Bordonaro from Bordonaro's Pharmacy, and he is our 2015 Businessman of the Year. Joe is and he's humble. He hates every minute of this, I can tell. He's a 1982 graduate of the University of Connecticut, and to say that he's dedicated his life to the family pharmacy and the people of Portland doesn't really cover his commitment. Joe's dad, also Joe Bordonaro, came to work in Portland for a Nino's drugstore back in the 1950s, and everyone remembered a Nino's. In 1979, he bought that pharmacy along with his wife Marie, who's here, and they renamed it Bordonaro's. And when you think of somebody in college working for the family store and then graduating and never leaving, your entire life has been here. And Joe graduated from UConn. He came back here. It was the same professionalism and caring that his dad showed. And when you think of it as being a family pharmacy, it's not just because he worked there and his brother was there and his parents were there. It's because everybody that walked in the door is treated like their family. And that's what makes it special. What a lot of people don't realize is how lucky we are to have Bordonaro's here. Having a locally owned independent pharmacy in our town makes us very different from anywhere else in Connecticut. The role of pharmacists has expanded and what they're required to do, and the number of family pharmacies has decreased along with that increased expectation. So by the numbers I can find, in 1996 there were 450 independent pharmacies in the state of Connecticut. In 2011 there were only 160. And the number I got now is there are less than 140.
Less than 80.
Are there? The state gave me the number, and they said the last number they had was 100, so it's less than 80. His dedication to the community has included donations to just about every cause and event that you can possibly imagine here. And those sports teams that he supports have been very fortunate for when they win, there's prime window space on Main Street. So the trophies and the banners go up and they stay for weeks, and it really is a place of pride. And if you look on Facebook, not only will you see those banners, but you see the picture of Bordonaro's because it's a place of honor to be able to have your team put up there. His work doesn't end in Portland. For many years, Joe's dedicated himself to training the next generation of pharmacists, and currently he's working for the University of St. Joseph. In 2013, he was the recipient of the Community Pharmacy Preceptor of the Year Award. Preceptor is a pharmacist who agrees to take a pharmacy student and train them in community pharmacy. So there's fewer and fewer of those pharmacists available for these students to learn from. So to be the Preceptor of the Year was quite an honor. We are very grateful for his contributions to the health and well-being of our community, and I'm very honored to present him with the 2015 Businessman of the Year Award.
Well, she stole a lot of my thunder, but we are there. I think when I graduated pharmacy school back in '82, there was about 327 pharmacies, independent community pharmacies. That's, below 80 right now for a lot of different reasons, but we're still here, and we're still here because of this town. I just can't thank the town enough. The families of Portland have supported not only our business, but my family and all that we've had to deal with over the years, and we all are all family. There's not a person that walks into the pharmacy that we don't call by their first name. It's like a Cheers pharmacy. I think people really appreciate that. I hope the young families, as they move in, try this. And I think that a lot of times, our generations that are here, we grew up with independent pharmacies and community pharmacies. The younger families have not. And I think if they just take the time to come into the pharmacy, and a lot of times they do, they never leave after that. They never leave. And so I really want to thank, you, and I really want to thank the town of Portland.
Here, before you go, I will give you that, and there's the covers. Scratch. Thank you very much. Well, thank you all. We have soda and cookies and things here, so you are welcome to have some refreshments and mingle and.
If you want,